With all this talk about folks graduating from marriage and other folks trying to make divorce sound chic, you might be wondering to yourself, what's it really like out there? Well, that's today's lesson. What are these streets really like? Now, this is gonna be the coldest video yet. Let's put it in. Now hold up. Before we start getting to this really cold video, just take a moment to make sure you subscribe to the channel, just so the algorithm knows what's up, so YouTube knows you like watching this, and then you could tell everybody. Now, we are a new channel here, and our goal is to make 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, subscribe, do what you do, throw thumbs, share the video, all that good stuff. Alright, now, cold details. Bang, bang. So, this video is the women's edition. So that means, ladies, this is a video for you to know what awaits you in these streets if you were to leave your relationship. I'm going to tell you right now what the moral of the story is. Moral of the story is, stay in your relationship. If you're in one, stay. You do not need to be in these streets. You don't want none of this. I'm telling you right now, girl, stay where you at. There's few exceptions. Obviously, if certain crazy stuff is really bad happening to you, then go ahead and do what you do, but it's not pretty. Now, again, a warning up front. This video is going to be cold. I'm going to be teaching you, ladies and gentlemen. You can listen and watch or whatever, and send this video to your girl if you need to. Send it to your sister, any woman you know who needs to hear this, okay? But this is the disclaimer. I'm going to be teaching you from the perspective, from the mind of F-boys, players, and pimps. And when I say pimps, I do not mean a pimp like Slickback. I'm talking about a pimp like Snoop Dogg. Alright? So, don't get it twisted. I know some of y'all are weird out there. Just keeping it 100. So there's many things that will play out if you come back to these streets. But today we're just going to focus on 3. There's a lot. We're just going to focus on 3. I could do a whole video of just the crazy stuff. But we're not going to get too deep into that. Just 3 right now. So, really quick exemption. This is for women who are in relationships right now, but this will happen to you if you've recently gotten out of a relationship. Recently being about 2 years or less. When you're recently out, the first 2 years, this is going to happen. Either that, or if you're a woman who insists on having, what do they call it now, a hot girl summer or like a hoe phase. These 3 things that men in the streets will be thinking about you ladies. I'm going to go in reverse order. Start with number 3. And as always, it gets progressively worse, so prepare yourselves. Alright. Number 3, we see you as prey. We see you as stupid and naive because we know you don't know what these streets is like. We know what to say, and we know that you're not used to being treated in the ways that we're going to be treating you. Hearing these things and feeling these things that we're going to be giving you. We know that it's either been A, never happened at all, or B, hasn't happened in a very long time. So, yeah, you're at a disadvantage. And you have no chance. None. By the time you figure out how these streets work and what's going on and how the words that are being said to you don't really mean anything, you're going to be about 3 to 5 guys deep. 3 to 5 dudes have been in there, swindled you, scammed you, played you, and then you're finally going to start catching on because you're going to have all this happy unicorn cotton candy idea of, oh, I'm finally out here. You're going to be living your best life as you're getting ran through. I told y'all it was cold. Number 2, we see you as recreational use only. Why would you be anything else? You came to these streets to be used. If you wanted to be treated well, you would have stayed your ass in the relationship you was in. That was cold-blooded. Ladies, You will be seen as a garden tool and be treated accordingly. And number one, we see you as you can't be trusted. In our head, what we will be thinking is, you already left a good man. You left him. Or if he's not a good man, he was a decent average dude. What did he really do? Probably nothing. Again, this is what we will be thinking. We'll be thinking, if you left him, why would we trust you? You didn't have a good reason to leave. He wasn't putting his hands on you. He wasn't doing anything to the kids. He didn't cheat. What, were you bored? We can maybe see it if it was some gray area situation, like he had an alcohol problem or a gambling problem. Even that is a gray area, because for us, we're going to be thinking, if he had a problem or a sickness, why didn't you stay it out? Why didn't you stick it out? It's supposed to be for better or for worse, and your ass just left? Nah. Why should we trust? Why? Why? For what? Why would I trust you? You couldn't even do the basics of being in a marriage or being together for better or for worse. Things got worse and you bounce. You got bored and you bounce. You need to find yourself and you bounce. Man, F you. No. And what? I'm supposed to take you seriously? I'm supposed to trust that you're real, that you're wife material? You just got left, or you left a dude. How is that working out for you? I'm supposed to trust that I can give you access to the kingdom. Nah. I'm supposed to stop where I'm at too? For what? Who is you? Because you look good? Girl, there's hotness everywhere. You look good, but you don't look better than her. You don't look better than her. Hell, your sister look better than you. Your mama look better than you. I'll take your sister, your mama, and you at the same time. Why should I limit myself when I can have all of y'all? And hell, don't let me be in a place like LA, a place like Paris, New York, any place where it's going to be tourists, just hotness central everywhere. You think your looks going to get you anywhere? Nah, homegirl. Your looks get you in the door, and your looks get you out of a medium level of trouble. That's it. You need to prove yourself to be somebody I'm gonna risk everything for. Someone I'm gonna stop my motion, because right now, all I'm doing is making money and hitting hotness. That's it. I have different hotness every single night. Who is you to come in and stop that? You need to be somebody. You need to be something. You got all this baggage, you got all these bad habits, you don't even know how to be in a relationship. Please. All right, ladies, I'm going to stop. That's not what I'm saying, personally. I'm just telling you what will be in the mind. F-boys, players, pimps. They're not going to want to stop for you. And so, ladies, just in case, after all these 3 things, you're thinking to yourself, but that's not what it's going to be like for me. I'm not going to go after those kinds of guys. First off, you have no idea what these streets are like. If you've been in a relationship 3 years or more, the streets are completely different than the last time you was out here. Just because you see stuff on the internet and you see what it's like from the outside, you don't know how the game has changed. The game changes every 6 months. You got to change with it or get left behind. I'm telling you right now, you won't even know that you're with one of those dudes because you don't know how those dudes look, how they operate, and how they move. You've been in a long-term relationship with a average or decent or sometimes even a good man. So the ways in which you will see these men, they know how to operate and talk and move like they're good men until they get what they want. And then, for the most part, a lot of you, and ladies, I'm not trying to bust shots, I'm just trying to prepare you. Many of you get out of the whole good man relationship because you're bored. So you won't even see good men. They will be invisible to you. The dudes who you will be after are the ones who are in these streets, the ones who are in the club, the ones who are on dating app, the ones who you will encounter are the ones who pull women regularly. The ones who are good at it, the ones who have the gift of gab, the ones who got their body right, who got their money right, who got their career right. And women are just playthings, recreational things. I wish I was exaggerating for you, but at the same time, no, I don't. I know I spoke coldly, ladies, but I would not be doing my job if I didn't tell you the cold truth of what's out here. So again, the moral of the story is, if you got a good man, if you got a decent man, if you got an average man, there's nothing wrong with an average dude. If you got a man right now who treats you well, who treats you, you're in this situation where life is moving along, stick with it. I implore you to watch these videos, pay attention to what I'm talking about on how to keep your relationship moving, how to keep things spicy or whatever between the two of you. Keep what you got popping. Keep it going. You do not need to be in these streets. Because like I said, that was just three elements. I could lay out a scroll of things that are in the minds of men who are good with women who they were on the streets. There is no middle ground really anymore. It is extremes. It is dudes who run these streets and dudes who get nothing. Cats who aren't even able to hold a woman's hand or kiss a woman at the end of the night. They barely go on dates. There isn't, just like there's very much, getting political right now, there's not much of a middle class left in America anymore. There's not much of a middle ground of men. And it doesn't mean that there aren't average men. There's a lot of average men, but average men, like I said, you will, one, find them invisible, and number two, it's what you just left. You're instinctively gonna go right here. Average dudes don't know where to find women. These streets is for hoish behavior. If all you want to do is go to these streets just to be a hoe, man or woman, you just want to be a hoe? Alright, do it. Come to the streets. I'm not recommending it, but I'm telling you that's what it is. But if you actually want a relationship, you want someone to like care about you and love you and whatever, why are you leaving where you're at? Make where you're at what you want it to be. That is going to be a lot easier than coming out here and starting over from scratch. But it's going to be starting over from scratch, and you got to learn the whole language. You are almost in a whole foreign land where there's a new language, a new way of communicating with each other, a new way of thinking, new cultures, new customs. And I'm not talking about you actually going to another country. I mean you getting out of your long-term relationship. You leaving that and coming out here is a whole different world. And yeah, fixing your relationship, the one you got, is going to be difficult. It's not the same as when you first got this person. But as you know already, acquisition is elementary. Retention is hard. Now today's lesson is mostly free, but you got to pay a small fee in the form of a thumb. Whether up or down, doesn't matter as long as you let a brother know whether you love it or hate it. Like I said, we're a new channel. Throw the thumbs, do what you do. Now you know you love these lessons. Who else is going to delve into the minds of men and women and tell you exactly what's going down? Some might try, but you know the best is right here. Alright, so click on another video, come back and get some more of this learning. Until next time though.